So today we are going to see problems under Fourier transforms. This is what your first question. Find the Fourier transform of f of x equal to splitted function has been given. Modulus x is less than a means your function will be a minus modulus x, and mod x is greater than a means your function will be 0. And you have to deduce one more thing. It is integral 0 to infinity sine t by t the square dt is equal to pi by 2. This is what you are going to deduce. Okay, so first, what's given in the problem? Fx is equal to a minus modulus x. Mod x is less than a. If otherwise, it will be 0. So the Fourier transform of f of x is given by f of s. Fourier transform of f of x. It is defined by f of s, and its formula is f of s is equal to 1 by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of x e power I s x dx. Okay, and this f of x is replaced by your given function a minus modulus x and e power I s x. See, e power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. Here a value for theta is it is I coefficient, so sx. So e power I sx is replaced by cos sx plus I sin sx. Okay, so 1 by root 2 pi, your function can be multiplied with both the terms, so a minus modulus x into cos sx dx plus I into integral minus a to a, your function a minus modulus x into sin sx dx. And see, your first function, let it be considered as a g of x. So g of x is equal to a minus modulus x into cos x, and your second function, which means the imaginary part function a minus mod x into sin x. It is treated as h of x. Okay, let's see. G of x is equal to a minus modulus x cos sx dx, and x is replaced by minus x means you will get a minus of modulus of minus x cos of minus sx. See, cos of minus x is cos of minus theta. It is cos theta. So cos of minus sx, it will be cos sx, and the modulus of minus x, it will be mod x. Okay, so you will get the same function. G of minus x is equal to g of x. You will get the same function. Therefore, it is an even function. It is an even function. So g of x is even, and so limit, if a function is an even function, then your limit minus a to a can be replaced by 2 times of integral 0 to a. That is what integral minus a to a g of x dx is equal to 2 times of integral 0 to a g of x dx. And second function, it is I coefficient, I times of integral minus a to a minus modulus x sin sx dx. It is treated as the second function, and let it be considered as h of x. Then x is replaced by minus x means sine of minus sx, and sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, so you will get a minus of h of x. So h of minus x is equal to minus of h of x, so it is an odd function, and the value for odd function will be 0. Okay, so your Fourier transform f of s is equal to 1 by root 2 pi into, see, this is what your Fourier transform value, and the second function is an odd function and it will be 0. So your first function is an even function, so minus a to a can be replaced by 2 times of integral 0 to a. This is what here. So f of s is equal to 1 by root 2 pi into 2 times of integral 0 to a minus modulus x into cos sx dx. Okay, so root 2, it is rewritten by root 2 into root 2, and root 2 will be cancelled. You will get root 2. So square root of 2 by pi integral 0 to a minus mod x mod x. It is an even function, so mod x will be x into cos sx dx. Hereafter, we can use the Bernoulli's formula. Why? Because means here a multiplication of two functions. That's why. So square root of 2 by pi, first function a minus x into the integral of the second function. It is sin sx divided by x coefficient s. Your second term will be a negative term, so minus of differentiation of minus x is minus 1. So minus of integral of sinus minus cos, so minus cos sx divided by x coefficient s. Already one s is there in the first term, so s square, limit from 0 to 1. So square root of 2 by pi a minus x sin sx divided by s minus of cos sx divided by s square, limit from 0 to a, and x is replaced by a means your first term, that is a minus a, will be 0. Then your second term cos sa divided by s square. This is what upper limit. Minus of lower limit. Lower limit is 0. Sin 0 is 0. 0 into this thing 0 minus cos 0 divided by s square. So see, minus cos sa divided by s square, minus into minus plus cos 0 divided by s square. Cos 0 value is 1. So 1 by s square minus cos sa divided by s square. It is a value for Fourier transform. And 1 minus cos sa, it is formula for this thing is 2 sin square sa divided by 2. Okay, so one numerator is replaced by 2 sin square sa divided by 2, and let it be equation number 1. And we have to deduce the integral, the value of the integral. For that, f of x is equal to 1 divided by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity fs e power minus isx dx. So value of the integral can be deduced by using inverse Fourier transform. So e power minus isx can be used. So 1 by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity. This is what the value for fs, and e power minus isx dx. E power minus isx dx. Well, formula for this thing is cos sx minus I sin sx dx. So we have to multiple these two things. So sin square sa by 2 divided by s square into cos sx, and sin square sa by 2 divided by s square into sin sx ds. Okay, so f of x is equal to, sin term is a negative term, so it will be 0, and your first function is an even function, and even function means limit minus a to a can be changed by 2 times of integral 0 to a. Here to minus infinity to infinity is replaced by 2 times of 0 to infinity. Already 1 2 is there, so 4 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin square sa by 2 divided by s square cos sx dx. So 4 by pi integral sin sa by 2 divided by s the square into sin sx ds. Here t is replaced by s by 2 means what you get, and differentiating on both sides. So we will get ds is equal to 2 dt. When s 0 means t also 0, and s equal to infinity means t also infinity. Therefore fx is equal to 4 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin ta by 2t the square cos 2t into 2 dt. Okay, so fx is equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin ta by t the square cos 2t into dt. Let it be equation number 2. And deduction part is what? Integral 0 to infinity sin t divided by t the square. For that we have to put x equal to 0. Why? Because means if cos 0 is 1, so that we will get this function. That's why put x is equal to 0, and x equal to 0 is the point of continuity of f of x. When x equal to 0, the value of the integral will be, what is that? A is equal to, why? Because means your function is what? Your function is a minus modulus x, a minus modulus x, and here x is equal to 0 means you will get f of 0 equal to a. F of 0 equal to a. So that a is equal to 2 by integral 0 to infinity sin ta by t the whole square into cos 0. Here cos 0 is 1. So 1 into this thing, we will get the same thing. This is true for all greater than a is greater than 0. Okay, put a equal to 1 means what do you get? 1 is equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin t divided by t the square dt, and 2 by pi goes to that side by pi by 2. This is what your answer.